السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله. Verily all praises for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We praise Him, we seek refuge from Him, we seek assistance and we seek His forgiveness. We believe in Him and we rely on Him. We seek refuge in front of Him from evils of ourselves. Whoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides, no one cannot unguide him. The one Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala misguides, no one cannot guide him. And we bear witness that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only one. There is no any other God except Him. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the final messenger and the servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullaha haqqa tuqatihi wa la tamutunna illa wa antum muslimun. O who you believe, fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as He should be feared, and do not die except being a Muslim. Alhamdulillah, we praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Jalla Jalaluhu wa ta'ala fi ula to gather us in the Friday for the Jummah prayer. Inshallah, Allah guide us and make us to do the a'mal, whatever we're about to listen, we're about to learn, and we're about to listen from this khutbah. Indeed, we know that one of the arkan, one of the hukum of listening to Jummah khutbah is wajib. So whatever we're going to learn from it, inshallah, may Allah allows us to do the a'mal upon it, inshallah. وَمَا تَوْفِيقِي إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ عَلَيْهِ تَوَكَّلْتُ وَإِلَيْهِ أُنِيبُ. Ya ma'ashar al-Muslimin, out of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's knowledge and wisdoms, He created for His servant great means that they do not expect, which necessities reflecting upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's graces and blessings. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَالَّذِي خَلَقَكُم مَّا فِي الْأَرْضِ جَمِيعًا. It is who He created for you all of that which is on this earth. And for this reason, Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam said, when Allah Almighty taught him the language of the bird, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught Sulaiman alayhi salam the language of birds, He said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, هَذَا مِنْ فَضْلِ رَبِّي. Sulaiman alayhi salam said that, هَذَا مِنْ فَضْلِ رَبِّي لِيَبْلُوَنِي أَأَشْكُرُ أَمْ أَكْفُرُ. That this is from the favor of my Lord Jalla Jalaluhu wa ta'ala fi ula. هَذَا مِنْ فَضْلِ رَبِّي. This is a favor, this is a blessing, this is a favor that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had granted me. لِيَبْلُوَنِي أَأَشْكُرُ أَمْ أَكْفُرُ. So that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can test me either if I'm grateful or if I'm ungrateful. So indeed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's blessings and are continuous. There is no stop, there is no limited blessing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has for us. There is always unlimited blessings. But there are some points that we should understand, that there are some part of our life that we're being tested of. Some of our parts. Allah give us Allah puts on calamities. Allah puts on calamities, Allah puts us in some sort of test that we see if we find any assistance out of it, then Alhamdulillah, Allah saved me from this specific calamity, got assistance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But if someone is not getting assistance, or someone is in such calamity that he is not finding a no way out, then he give up on himself and he says that Allah doesn't love me, Allah doesn't care about me, Allah doesn't look after me. So a calamity like this is calamity happened to others, the early, the Anbiya, the Rasul, what they have experienced in their life. Nuh alayhi salam, what calamity that he had? The calamity or the test that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him. He had preached for his people to come underneath of the Ibadur Rahman, to become the slave of Allah, to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He called his people for 950 years. 950 years, Nuh alayhi salam, he called people. He called people to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No one, except few of numbers, no one didn't answer his call. So what did Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam said? قال رب إني دعوت قومي ليلا ونهارا فلم يجده دعائي إلا فرارا. That Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam said, Ya Allah, I have called my people day and night, فلم يجده دعائي إلا فرارا. But they didn't respond to my call. They didn't respond to my calling to you, Ya Allah, except فَلَمْ يَجِدْهُ دُعَائِ إِلَّا فِرَارًا. They have put their thumbs, they have put their fingers into their ears and left away from me. So there are being tests, there are being some sort of tests, there are being calamities that we experience stuff. But the question is, it's not the question that what kind of calamity do you face. The question is, how do you deal with the calamity? This is the thing. Sayyidina Ali karamallahu wajha radiyallahu ta'ala anhu warda, what did he say? So Sayyidina Ali said that if you are overthrown to a calamity, and if you are patient with it, then indeed that calamity will overpass you. The decree of Allah will overpass you, and you will be rewarded. But if someone is impatient of the things that he's facing, whatever the calamity, whatever some sort of stuff that he's facing, and he's really impatient of it, then the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will certainly overpass him, but he will be sinful, because he didn't have the hope. What did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say? La tahzan, la tahzan, inna Allah ma'ana. Don't stress yourself, don't worry about yourself, indeed I am with you. So the guidance, the ayah that we get from the Quran is that is just not only stories or fairy tales that we get from the Quran. We get the guidance. Even the stories that we learn from the Quran also has guidance from it. It gives us the medicine how to deal with some situation that we face with. If you have a problem facing the calamity, if you have problem facing some sort of stress that you're facing for the past couple of years, couple of days, couple of months, couple of weeks, read the Quran. Get the translations of the Quran. Read the story of Sayyidina Nuh alayhi salam. Read the story of Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam. Read the story of Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam. Read the story of the Anbiya. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He mentioned the Quran, that indeed we have told the stories of Anbiya. We have revealed the best. We have revealed the best stories in this Quran. We have revealed it so that people can get guidance from it, not to listen or to entertain, to get guidance from it. So what Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam said after he learned the language of the bird, he said, "Hada min fadli Rabbi," that this is from the favor from my God. This is the favor from my God. لِيَبْلُوَنِي أَأَشْكُرُ أَمْ أَكْفُرُ, so that he can test me and see if I am grateful or if I'm ungrateful. So indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's blessing are continuous. People do not enjoy a grace except that is followed by another one, graces in wealth, and graces in livelihood, and graces that have facilitated modern life, bringing distance closer and compressing time. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also said, قَلِيلٌ مِّنْ عِبَادِيَ الشَّكُورِ, a few of my servants that are ungrateful. So due to that fast progress made in the means of communication, many peoples are not able to distinguish between a good and evil. They do not realize that is just like any other types of media that have good and bad, as well as sins and benefits. and it's good and it's wonderful and it's bad, it's ugly. However, as nature, a newness of produced practices indifference to morals and tradition. From this specific concept, what we learn is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Before coming to that point, we should learn a hadith. The hadith is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Min husni al-Islam al-mar'i tarkuhu ma la ya'ni." A beauty, a best thing from a man or from a woman, of course, that can do. Tarkuhu ma la ya'ni. Leave something that isn't considered oneself. Leave something that it doesn't have the meaning of it. What do you mean to leave something that has a meaning of it? Sometimes we'll be asking a lot of questions. Sometimes we'll be having a curiosity on something. That what is this? What is that? Why is this? Why is that? Tarkuhu ma la yani. Leave what it doesn't even mean for you. It's not going to bring benefits on you. And Imam At-Tarbazi rahmatullah alayhi said that من كمال الإسلام مرئه تركه ما لا يعني. The complete of the beauty of Islam is, the complete of the Iman, the Islam is to leave something that has no meaning of it. Now, the point is over here that what we do in nowadays, what we do in social media, what we do in what we do in writing an article or giving a comment on social media or going through someone's post, commenting something terrible, like this is what actually Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam meant. And also other stuff as well, verbally, virtually, anything that one-to-one that you speak with someone that you have posted or commenting about, that Rasulullah's hadith has an impact on those stuff, like is regarding that what should be followed of. That when you speak something, you want to make sure you avoid to making any harm of it. When you comment something on social media, think about a chart. That if I comment something in the day of judgment, if I'm not going to stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because of that comment, and if I'm going to get rewarded for that, if I'm showing something really good, if I'm commenting something good, if it's benefiting people, and if I get ajr for that, then I should comment that. You should be commenting anything. You should be talking. You should talk to others. Anything that they should do good about, because that's what Rasulullah's hadith is. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Man dalla ala khairin kafa'il." The one who indicates a good deed is like he also did a good deed. So indicating someone about a good deed is gonna drag you to that as if you did the good deed as well. So commenting or talking to people's nonsense or something that it doesn't have a means of it, you should see that if it's gonna benefit me on the day of judgment, Bismillah, commenting. Talk about it. But in the day of judgment, if Allah will meant to stop you and say, what did you say such and such to so and so about this, about that? Why did you talk to someone like this? Because every single kalam that comes out from your tongue, there is a kafara. Like if it's good, then you get rewarded. If it's bad, if it harms others, then this is something that you have to pay back. Because not every kalam that you talk out of your mouth is cheap. It's not free. Sometimes to speak good, it should contain and maintains a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom. To speak good or best thing to people, but speaking bad or speaking speaking nonsense or talking something that has no meaning of it is actually doesn't require any experience. It doesn't require anything. It just requires about your lowly mind and your worthless talking and anything that you think about something lowly. If you're if I'm lowly, if I'm thinking lowly to others, then I can talk nonsense. I don't require any experience of it, out of it. But if I need to talk something better, if I need to talk something to others that will indicate them, will drag them to do something good, then of course this is something that is required for knowledge. This is required by knowledge and required by wisdom. So Prophet ﷺ disliked, he said or she said, Or however, social media is full of gossip, slanders, backbiting, mocking, ridiculing, and deriding, except for those saved from it through the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet warned of the seriousness of communication, saying, إن العبد لا يتكلم بالكلمة ما يتبين ما فيها يهوي بها في النار أبعد ما بين المشرق والمغرب. This hadith is mentioned on the Bukhari Sharif and Muslim Sharif. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that a person may say a statement without realizing its significance, causing him to descend into the fire for a distance greater than between the east and the west. So from that, when this hadith was mentioned before the advances and technologies, people understanding was confined and limited to their reality at the time. However, now the meaning has become cleared and bordered. So now, before back in days, people, when they saw this hadith, when they learned about the hadith from the scholars, from the shuyukh, from the tabi'in, from tabi'in, or from other scholars about this hadith, that they impact this hadith in their daily life. Because back then there was no technologies, there was no such thing as social media, there was no such thing that when you're going to speak something, people won't gonna know about it. Back then, people, when they're going to speak, people would know that specific person says something. Nowadays, like what did the social media did to us? The social media did something really nifaq, like something really dirty, really filthy. You can create a fake ID and pretend to be someone else and talk a lot of bad things about someone. So this is how much the social media gave. It's like fitna to Dajjal. Like the Dajjal is like giving you the whole fitna. It's letting you to do the whole fitna. So that hadith, back in days, people will consider that if a person may say a statement, ma yatabayyanu ma fiha, it won't without realizing what the significance, what the meaning of this kalam. People, when they backbite each other, when they say something to each other, what do you actually think about this? Like when this person, like let's say if I want to backbite about something, what do I actually want to backbite? Like what is my main focus? What is the main objective? The main objective is that we don't like the person. Probably we have hasad, or we have some sort of hasad, or some sort of like something in our heart that makes us like, he's upper than me, or he's like you're higher than me, or we're just jealous of him, or we're just like we don't even like him. Or not only that, if a community ends up being blessed, or moving forward, people talking behind of it is something that this is a sign of, like a matter of fact, like when you see someone backbiting about you, think about, don't be worried, or don't be sad like this guy backbited about me, like I'm gonna be so bad to people. No, when someone backbites about you, think about it that he is letting you to go up. Because if he didn't want, like if Allah didn't want you to go up, there's a person who won't backbite about you. People always backbite about others so that they can go up. When someone's trying to lower you, Allah raises you. Allah raises you. So this hadith was an impact to people, that if they backbite or if they say slanderous stuff about people, that then they will impact this hadith onto their life. That this is not that we should concern about. This is not something that it has no meaning. It's not completing my deen. It's having a negative impact in my deen. Talking nonsense, talking something that doesn't have a meaning about it. Like I'm not even following the hadith. Why should I be backbiting? There is a pious guy once said that if I had to backbite, I would backbite about my mother. Why? Because she is deserved of my hasanat. She deserves my hasanat. That's what like a guy said, like a pious guy said, even if I had to backbite in my life, then I would backbite about my mother, because she deserves my hasanat. When you backbite about someone, what's the negative impact? What's the side effect? What's the negative impact that you will get? First of all of your hasanat, it will goes to that people, that specific person you backbite about. Even if it's true, even if whatever you're gonna say about this person, even if it's true, your all hasana goes to him, his all sayyi'ah comes to you. That's number one. Number two is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Quran that backbiting about someone is like you ate your dead brother's meat. It's like you ate your dead brother's meat. There was one time like a woman came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in a story. So she backbite about someone, and right after that she threw up. When she throw up, like people can see like 2-3 pieces of raw meat, and it's like filthy meat. It's like bad smell are coming out of it. So then Rasulullah indicates that and said that this is her dead brother's meat. This is what the negative impact that she got after backbiting. This is what actually it is. And people, like, they see in their dreams sometimes, people, they are eating the dead brother's meat, like they are hunger for 1,000 years. Like, they are really hungry. They are just getting the dead brother's meat and eating, like raw meat and eating, like a wolf or a lion, like a thirst lion. Why is that for? Because if they know about the specific person, they're backbiting. Their whole life they spent it backbiting. So Yahweh biha finnar. That caused him to descend into the hellfire. That specific stuff that they will do, that specific amal that they will do, amal, like a specific work that they will do, backbiting, it will cause him to go to hellfire, descend to the hellfire for a distance. The hellfire they will go to after this specific amal, what I just said right now. So for first you got your all hasana goes to him, his all sayyi'ah, your all good deeds goes to him, his all bad deeds comes to you. And then you have it's like eating, it's the same thing as you're eating your dead brother's dead meats, raw meats. That's number two. And number three is you will be descent to the hellfire a greater than the west side of the earth to the east side of the earth. West side of the earth to the east side of the earth, like a hellfire like this. So that's why, like, back in people's, when they were gonna when they're gonna listen to some such hadith like that, they will think so serious about it. They will take it into a accountability that what I have done, what I have caused to others, is something like, it's like backbiting about each other. It's also your kind of attack to his haqq. Because Allah, like, every single time when we start the khutbah, what do we say? مَنْ يَهْدِهِ اللَّهُ فَلَا مُضِلَّ لَهُ وَمَنْ يُضْلِلْهُ فَلَا هَادِيَ لَهُ. The one who Allah wants to be guided, no one cannot misguide him. No matter how many times you backbite about him, no many times how many slanderous stuff you say about him, you say a lot of bad stuff about him. If Allah wants him to be guided, you can't even misguide him. And if Allah wants to misguide someone, you cannot guide him, no matter how many good stuff you say about him. Like, you cannot guide him if Allah is misguided someone. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu alaykum anfusakum la yadurrukum man dhalla idha ihtadaytum ila Allahi marji'ukum jami'an fayunabbi'ukum bima kuntum ta'malun. In Surah Ma'idah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Oh, who you believe, upon you is the responsibility of yourself. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu alaykum anfusakum. Alaykum anfusakum is the responsibility of yourself. La yadurrukum man dhalla idha ihtadaytum. Those who have gone astray will not harm you when you have been guided. If you have been guided, no one cannot gonna be able to astray you. La yadurrukum man dhalla. No one cannot misguide you if someone is being astrayed. Idha ihtadaytum, only if you are guided. Ila Allahi marji'ukum jami'a. To Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is your return altogether. فَيُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. So He will inform you of what you used to do. So the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, لا تكونوا إمعة تقولون إن أحسن الناس أحسنا وإن ظلموا ظلمنا ولكن وطنوا وَطِّنُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ إِنْ أَحْسَنَ النَّاسُ أَنْ تُحْسِنُوا وَإِنْ أَسَاءُوا فَلَا تُظْلِمُوا. Do not be a person without a will of your own, saying, if people treat us well, we will treat them well. And if they do wrong, we will do wrong. So do not be a person of this, like, in أَحْسَنَ النَّاسِ أَحْسَنًا وَإِنْ ظَلَمُوا ظَلَمْنَا. If people be good to us, we'll be good to them. If people be bad to us, we'll be bad to them. This is not a proper Muslim's characteristic. This is like munafiq's characteristic. Even more worse to munafiq. Like, even if you do good stuff to a munafiq, he will still be bad to you behind your back. In front of you, he might be good, but behind of you, he will be bad. But like, this is not something that you should, like, this is the characteristic that the disbeliever keeps it. Like, if you be someone good to him, or if someone be good to you, good to him, and if someone be bad to you, be bad to him. No, be good to all the time. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he will be attacked by the munafiq. The munafiq will secretly go with the kuffar, with the disbelievers in Mecca, and tell them the position of what Rasulullah is doing or not. And whatever he will be doing, whatever he will do, they will inform the kuffar will take action according to it. So that's how, like, even though Rasulullah was harmed by the munafiq, he still managed. He still showed a same level of respect. He still showed a same level of manners to the munafiq, same as how he showed to the sahabas. The sahabas were like saying, Ya Rasulullah, indeed there are munafiq, they are hypocrites. They did a lot of bad things behind your back. Why you're still keep being good to them? Because Allah sent me as a mercy to all mankind. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. Allah has descended him to the earth to be a merciful to all mankind, all human beings, kuffar, munafiq, every level, every stage of person. So what we learned, the objective is that protect your tongue. Protect your tongue. What did Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said? ألا وإن في الجسد مضغة فإذا فسدت جسد كله وإذا حسنت جسد كله ألا وهي القلب. That indeed in your body you have parts. And there is a part in your body. If this body gets bad, if this body gets corrupted, then your whole body gets corrupted. And if this specific part in your body gets good, then the whole body gets good. What is that good? Ala wa hiya al-qalb. Indeed, it's the heart. So whatever we do, make sure we pure our heart and we maintain our tongue. Because the tongue is like a soft piece of meat. It's not even a bone. It's a soft piece of meat. But that soft piece of meat can break 1,000 hearts. That's how strong the tongue can be. And that's why one should protect their tongue. One should protect their tongue. There's also a hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, I will take care of his Jannah. I will be the responsibility to give him, to preserve his Jannah if he protects two things. His awra, what is between his belly button and his knees, and his tongue, his lisan. So one should protect their tongue, avoid from the corruption of doing riba, the corruption of speaking bad about someone, or even leaving something. Avoid something that doesn't have a mean of it. تركه ما لا يعني. Leave something that doesn't have a mean of it. It's not going to benefit you, it's not going to benefit others. And inshallah, may Allah give us tawfiq to do the a'mal upon it, to make us to avoid all of this. وما توفيقي إلا بالله عليه توكلت وإليه أنيب. بارك الله لنا ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعنا وإياكم بالآية وذكر الحكيم إنه تعالى جواد كريم ملك بر رؤوف رحيم.
Alaikum, brothers and sisters, we have some announcement. From tomorrow, Fajr will be at 6:05 a.m. and the Isha will be 10:10 p.m. As you know, last week we finished the math class of Dr. Wani, about 16 students that took part in the SET class. And yesterday, Adam Academy has completed the examination of 34 students who attended the summer school. and then we will start the second part, the afternoon school, after our school, after our the school hours is the 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. every Monday to Thursday, and also on Saturday and Sunday 10:30 to 2 p.m. So we have teachers, 6 teachers. You send your children. That will be inshallah educated in this Azam Academy. Allah said in Quran, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, وَيَدُّ لَهُمْ مَا اسْتَطَعْتُم مِّن قُوَّةٍ وَمِن رِّبَاطِ الْخَيْلِ. O Prophet, increase the knowledge of your people. That is the arm. That is for the Muslim. This is the only thing, knowledge. How can you get the knowledge? Send your children to Islamic studies school. Allah said in also another verse, Surah Dukan, verses 29, Faman bakar alayhimu sama wal ardu wama kanu munzirin. Allah said Firaun died with 250,000 army and drowned in the Red Sea. No one cried for them. Brothers who knows Arabic, they know that no one cried for the Pharaoh. So it means that a person who is pious, when you die, Allah will change this universal system. They will cry for them. Why will you cry? If you leave some of your children, they will pray for you. And that is the reason we open this school. You send your children. Do not worry for money. Only send, inshallah, we will provide the finance necessary. On 25th will be the graduation for those students. Inshallah, on Friday at 7:30 p.m. we have all these students that produce some home project. It is here. We will put next Friday here. So all the people, brothers coming here and sisters, that we can grade them and we will give the prizes after the before Asr, after Asr prayer. Until Maghrib, we will give the graduation ceremony for those students, and then they will have a graduation speech. A person from the Care Michigan will come to deliver the speech, inshallah. And then we will have the Masjid dinner. So please attend this, and then inshallah take part in this good deed. Allah will help you. Jazakallah khair.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له، ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، ونشهد أن سيدنا وحبيبنا محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بشيرا ونذيرا بين يدي الساعة. من يطع الله ورسوله فقد رشد واهتدى، ومن يعصهما فإنه قد غوى، وإنه لا يضره إلا نفسه ولا يضر الله شيئا. إن خير الحديث كتاب الله، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وإن خير الأمور عوازمها، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. أما بعد، فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. وقال تعالى في كتاب المجيد: يا أيها الذين آمنوا ادخلوا في السلم كافة ولا تتبعوا خطوات الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين. أستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الأمين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد، فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال الله تعالى في كتاب الكريم: إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد بعدد من صلى وصام. اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد بعدد من قعد وقام. اللهم صل على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى سائر الصحابة والتابعين وعلى عبادك الصالحين. اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم، وبارك على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وأزواجه وذريته كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم أيد الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم انصر من نصر دين محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وجعلنا منهم، واخذل من خذل دين محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ولا تجعلنا منهم. اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه. اللهم أرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. اللهم ثبتنا على الإسلام. اللهم نور قلوبنا بنور الإيمان. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات. عباد الله رحمكم الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله يذكركم وادعوه يستجب لكم، ولذكر الله تعالى أعلى وأولى وأعز وأجل وأهم وأتم وأكبر. بالصلاة. لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. استووا وتراصوا واعتدلوا، سووا صفوفكم. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. سبح باسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء أحوى سنقرئك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله إنه يعلم الجهر وما يخفى ونيسرك لليسرى فذكر إن نفعت الذكرى سيذكر من يخشى ويتجنبها الأشقى الذي يصلى النار الكبرى ثم لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى بل تؤثرون الحياة الدنيا والآخرة خير وأبقى إن هذا لفي الصحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم وموسى. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر وأما السائل فلا تنهر وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Starting from tomorrow, the Salatul Fajr will be on 6:05 and Salatul Isha will be on 10 p.m. inshallah. الحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى ال سيدنا محمد كما تحب وترضى بأن تصلي عليه. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. رب اجعلني مقيم الصلاة ومن ذريتي ربنا وتقبل دعاء. رب اغفر لي ولوالدي وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب. اللهم أنت السلام ومنك السلام. حينا ربنا بالسلام. تباركت وتعاليت يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. اللهم يا مانع لما أعطيت ولا رد لما قضيت ولا ينفع ذا الجد منك الجد. اللهم أعني على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك. اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية والمعافاة الدائمة في ديني ودنياي وأهلي ومالي. اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية والمعافاة الدائمة في الدين والدنيا والآخرة. وصلى الله تعالى على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم. آمين برحمتك يا رب.